Yeah, this was meant to be the clash of the titans, right? This was meant to be that kind of step up or same level as a ZywOo versus Device or a ZywOo versus Simple, because it's Simple versus Device in the server, and thus far haven't really given us too much to get excited about. But now as we stand on the precipice of Nuke ready to move in, let's see what they've got up their sleeve. It's flamie holding down the ramp room. We were wondering what kind of performance are we gonna get out of him. He's been sat on the bench, keeping it warm. And there he is with 3 to kickstart this pistol for Na'Vi. dupreeh left in a 1v5. He's stuck here in main. There's a main smoke down, so he's got no vision outside. He doesn't know what's going on, but he has dealt with the first man he sees. Simple out of the round. Now is to worry about flamie, who they know was back in the lobby, and that's what dupreeh is attempting to sniff out here.
Yeah, Na'Vi have so much room outside, but they're still holding off. They're still waiting as they wait for this Heaven Wrap of Perfecto to in through main with a bomb, and Electronic will close the round. Na'Vi running wild, and Astralis running a very aggressive CT pistol. The triple ramp push into the Flame Dog himself, and he triples up with that Glock. Lovely stuff. And a lot of missed shots from those USPs. Pistols can be fickle, though. We know what they're like. And so it's not the end of the world for Astralis, expecting them to force in the CT side. Earlier in the year, we saw them often, when they would lose the CT pistol, just buy up triple scouts. Right now, it's only 1, and a lot of Deeg armor as well. So can they put a stop to Na'Vi and flip things on its head early?
Device has got this scout, and Bobski, he's gone down towards Secret. It's super slow from Na'Vi. I'm like looking at their buy in this round, right? It's weirdly comparable to that of Astralis, even with this, even with these 2 rifles on Electronic and Perfecto. Like Simple's only got a Deeg here. Boomich's Mac 10's already basically knocked out of the round. And that nade on Glaive could even look to seal the deal. However, it's not going to be lined up or anything anytime soon. It will be this ramp play for Na'Vi. Testing the waters now. They spot Magisk, and Simple just decapitates him with the Deeg. That's already a little bit better than what we've had out of Simple back on the realm of Inferno, right? That's a lot of confidence to just bring the Deagle into this round here. But if anyone could get you believing in it, of course it's going to be Simple. Now, they do catch Boomich. That's not the end of the world for Na'Vi, because Electronic's still gotten down through the secret stairs, and Bobski's trapped, man. He's got to look everywhere, and he's just missed the timing, but so is Electronic. So for the time being, they don't know Bobski's here, but Electronic is hot on his heels, right behind him, and this should be a lock-in, right? Electronic don't miss those. Neither does Perfecto, apparently. Just sniping it away from him.
Yeah, 4-3, and Astralis just trying to get out with anything they can in this round. Scout for Device did find a pick outside. Boomich low, as you said, and finished off, but nothing more for these CTs as Na'Vi build into the start of this half. Getting away with all but Boomich as well. Another eco for Astralis before they wait for the guns to kick up a notch. Very unfortunate timing for Bobski, right? The secret sneak for Electronic, really taking his sweet time, gives away no information. And no question about whether Na'Vi are gunning for Train as well. The 3rd map of this series, if we can get there. Least played map for Astralis, other than their Instaban and Mirage as well. So it's definitely a tantalizing prospect for this Na'Vi lineup. Glaive with a quick door smoke, Device decks Electronic outside with a quick shot. And so a pick for Astralis this time around. Not just the 4-on-4 trade, but an opener. Where will Na'Vi go off the back of that? They look interested in A. Flash being lined up. Boomich going to go in quick. dupreeh smokes the hut. There's no molly though, and he peeks around the edge of it with a spam. It won't connect enough for a kill. Bobski is tucked, getting the reload off, and he hits a great shot with that 5-7. The AK spray for Simple needs to be sublime, but he's in a 1-on-4. Surely past his pay grade. It's not allowed. Magic's with the quick flank, and Astralis take an eco. Great hold from Bubsky.
Yeah, right, and that is good to see. That is really nice to see. Him stepping up within the first couple of rounds. No more of him being this like 0-kill wonder all the way till you get like 7-8 rounds in and then finally getting something done. It's a hot start. Now the investment has come back through for Na'Vi, putting AKs in the hands of Electronic and Perfecto. And a lot of utility to feign this upper execute, one that they are very, very good at, one that instills a lot of terror into Astralis. Is this live?
There is damage done.
Everyone's jumping, acting like it ain't. But yeah, those names.
Na'Vi are playing around, mate. Na'Vi don't care.
Like
let's assume it is for the sake of it, but Astralis certainly don't think so.
Na'Vi have hit him with the stop talking, please, man. Like they're typing away in chat. Bombs down.
Bye-bye.
This is interesting to find out what happens here.
So there was 39 health on someone. Like, what I'm going to assume, I didn't catch it, is that's like a right-click backstab team knife. It does 61. That's exactly what a right-click often does. And so that might, Dupree getting an assist on Magis. So Astralis knife their teammate in spawn, but then, give up the round. That being said, damage done often means it is live. We don't know. We'll let the admins figure that one out and the players in the server as Na'Vi, by the looks of things, take a third. Stick with us. We'll figure out what the hell is happening. Maybe Astralis just throw in the towel for that round and respect a third for the CIS Wonders.
Well, that's going to be a fun little game of Cluedo to piece together, isn't it?
I think it was the Dane in the yard with the kitchen knife, Harry.
Yeah, that's certainly what it's looking like, isn't it? Oh. Also, you'd hate to be Dupree, right? The guy that has potentially scuffed the whole tech timeout to begin with. No, yeah, it's fine. We've called it right away. It's oh, no, Dupree. Oh, no. Well, don't worry, because we can hear them typing it out in the server, and, I'm sure that's going to be fun.
I'm glad I don't have to make that decision.
Yeah, right. I'm very, very glad I'm not one of the guys now trying to be like the middleman between Na'Vi and Astralis going, well, look, okay, right, Astralis technically, mate, damage was done. And then everyone's looking at Dupree down the line.
And again, we don't know at what point Astralis would have called that to be not live, right?
Right, that's the other thing, yeah. It could have happened.
Knife could have come after.
Who knows?
Yeah, the knife could have come after that call. Yeah, there's just too much going on. Didn't catch it. Doesn't matter. We'll be waiting for that to get fixed up. But for the time being, Na'Vi already setting a very fast precedent, getting down into B quickly, and on these bonus rounds, running wild on the T side.
To get your votes in then, who did it? What went wrong? What happened? Who's winning this?
Obviously, a huge amount of mutual respect between both these rosters, right? So everyone's working in everyone's best interest.
That's the thing, right? Because I don't think if you're a team like Na'Vi, you don't want to be like remembered as the guys that kind of like cheesed a little extra round. Because then if they go on to win this series, even though it's only one round, it is just something else that people focus on, right? It is kind of actually, what it kind of feels like is remember when we had that? I think it was Furia Liquid not grand final, was it semi-final? And then there was the almost comeback from Liquid, and then Furia had that tech pause. It was all to do with like the game updating, and so they called the timeout. They couldn't get back in. Timeout ended up taking 10 minutes, and then that's all anyone could actually focus on. Wasn't the fact that like Furia had gone on to look really, really good. Suddenly, all the conversation was around that timeout.
So the round,
so they do roll it back. Yeah, they do roll back the round.
That's what it looked like, right? Bubsky was jumping with his knife out and spawn from within seconds of the round beginning. So I thought that would happen, and luckily it has. So that round did not count. Na'Vi's fast B play, forget about it, because this is their attempt at a third round once the buys are back in. Let's see what we were actually wanting to see now. Device on the AWP, bit of a broken buy. Boomich on a Glock with no armor, with 2 AKs. Degon Simple looking for a quick pick, speeding it up again. Team Flash, that's not what you want. Bubsky with the spray, he can't convert, only damage done. And while it's a lot painted across Astralis Device, across Na'Vi, Device with a pick outside. Magis just dropped B early, and he's taken 1 for 1. It's still the site for Na'Vi. There's a player in the meanwhile coming through the door. It's Glaive with a MAC-10. Won't be able to stop this plant with 3 players in sight looking to cover. But a potential retake round for Astralis. They have the kits for it.
Two moving in through ramp, and that AWP on Device being one of them might prove to be key here. Simple remaining tucked in, trying to get up towards this Antara's spot on the rafters, and he gets blindsided by Dupree. Oh, Glaive's just seen the man moving up through Mimbar. Boomich is caught in no man's land, man. He's out for a walk, and Glaive in with the round. It's the second on the board for Astralis as that defuse comes through. Glaive can upgrade that Mach 10 as well, so they get out of it with rifles. They keep the AWP in the hands of Device. That's a lethal little retake.
Yeah, Na'Vi knew it was coming as well, right? They had a decon door smoked, but they weren't even looking at it. They were all focused on the ramp, very ready for Astralis in that position. The jumping Mach 10, as is tradition. Apparently so. Glaive finding that retake swiftly for Astralis, and Na'Vi now having to play for pistols. I see a gun coming through. Simple's thrown his scout by Flamey. He has a bit of extra cash. That bomb plant provides it for Na'Vi, and they have pistols around this sniper as well. Quick molly to the silo. Simple boosted. Oh, spots the cross, but caught on the jump. Nade outside could be devastating as well. Electronic hit to 17. And Boomich spotted on the silo as well. Magisk, no fear in taking these fights out yard. And no reason to be, with Astralis scaring Na'Vi back. Device waiting for the drop shot inside of the vents. He's still stable. He can take a quick shot and fall in to the safety of B. Bubsky on ramp. Nice shot with the flash coming through, and Glaive is here for support as well. Na'Vi getting picked apart one by one.
Yeah, this double ramp hold is not something to be trifled with if you're Na'Vi. You know, it's just Bubsky, maybe there's a chance, but the fact that he's had players here backing him up every step of the way makes it that much scarier. Electronic waiting in the heart, waiting to see if anyone gets aggressive. Simple, very aware that Bubsky could have been up on this box, but that's the advantage of the double hold, right? They get baited in by the contact made from Glaive, and then it allows Bubsky to just swing up, deal with it. There's never a hope in hell for Na'Vi, and Astralis do take the lead. But now we've got money back in the Na'Vi bank accounts. They're looking to come in with a buy here. Still no AWP in sight for Simple. And Device has had his for a little while now.
Simple could have gotten it in this round, it's worth noting. Just going to stray away for the time being. Focus on that util instead. What's Na'Vi's game plan with it? Smoke's being lined up from spawn. Flamey going fast as well. The molly. Oh, they dropped that Chris J smoke to try and put out the Molotov, but it doesn't work in this round. And so Na'Vi can't get into what they wanted, which was a quick A play. Still players outside moving behind smokes. Device pushed by the Molotov. He has to smoke it as to not offer his head up to Boomich, who is committing here with a drop. Two players here. Device dead. Does he know about Glaive? Yes. Boomich can't follow up though, and Glaive keeps this round in a 4-on-4. Bubsky tasked on ramp with the Molotov. It's good, but they run right through it, and Perfecto finding a pick as Simple is meandering outside behind Glaive.
Oh, there it is, the execution. Coming through this B wrap as well with two at ramp, and the timing caught by Electronic. He's gotten past Magisk. While Simple is still putting bodies down outside, they deal with Magisk, and that is the round locked in for Na'Vi. A great little B split, right? And with Simple there holding the rotations, cutting players down, while they're just trying to even get into a position to begin a retake, it all works wonders. And now Simple does retrieve that AWP. Interesting thing to note here, Astralis going for that double AWP, right? Device bringing his back outside, looking to get stuck in. Bubsky donning the other. Obviously, being that ramp player, it does come in handy to take that long-range initial engagement in towards the lobby. So let's see if he's able to provide with it.
Look at these smokes, it's so fast. Glaive tries to disrupt them with a Molotov. How much of a gap will that provide? Nothing, but the looks of it, Na'Vi are quick to cross. Those are some great smokes. Very, very fast as well. No waiting around. Boomich is down B. Device is ready for a vent drop. It's been calmed by Astralis. Too many times you see that getting snuck in. Not today. Perfecto picked up by the second AWP on ramp. I do like to see that in Bubsky's hands as well. Can wield any weapon that he wants. Electronic outdoor. And Device is respecting the B play. He's giving them the plant because Astralis have a man up for the retake. Bubsky can do a lot here, but Simple. Oh, that was so close. Can't find the frag. Plant for decon door. Device can't stop with Boomich in the vents, but he can catch him in the back instead. Electronic dead, and Device is on a tear. Flamey gone from the A site, and Simple in a 1-on-5.
How on earth is he meant to win this all alone, right? And while you can normally put this kind of faith in him, this would be unheard of. 1v5 Bomb down, ticking away. That's the only thing going his way. They swing the doors. They're looking to have his attention drawn out of the sight, and there's Dupree with the peek. Device laying down the pain with his AWP. Takes that really back into the hands of Astralis. A real force to be reckoned with.
I love how slow they play that 5-on-1 as well, right? You have to know where you're up against. You have to know that, like, you have to be coming, okay, don't line up, don't give him a collat, don't push in on your own. And Astralis are finding that fine line in between playing patient and then playing precise, you know? Dupree swings for what would have been a trade if Simple was holding Glaive, and it's really easy stuff for Astralis. They don't give him an inch, nowhere to move at the back of the site, and he was being surrounded. So a nice B take for Na'Vi, but Device early down lower is able to put one hell of a hold. And yeah, I like the double AWP. I haven't really seen Bubsky wield that on the CT side on ramp, so it's a nice change, especially considering he's been getting caught with sometimes throwing utility and, you know, Na'Vi rushing through Molotovs with no fear. They know what ramp entails, but that was a bit of a surprise, him catching Perfecto and keeping Na'Vi away from that position. 4-3, another buy off the back of the plant. 3 Galils. Silo molly every round, really just trying to stop these quick plays from Boomich off the top. Another A hit for Na'Vi by the looks.
Electronic going to try and smoke off main, but Dupree waiting close. He dodges that flash. Now, Boomich has gotten out towards this CT vent and looks to do damage from this position. Dupree isn't aware that a player's already gotten by, so it's not just one, it's the double up for Boomich. That A site is cracked wide open. The main smoke's missed, and that's giving Glaive a bit of a window to peek through. But he didn't like what he saw. And so it will be this save for Astralis. This A execute as brutal and as punishing as ever. And Simple's even hunting down these saving players.
He wants an AWP. Na'Vi don't have the money to throw loads of bodies at this, but if Simple can get himself an AWP, well, that's a lovely little bonus, isn't it? Dupree looking into the wall to dodge a flash, gets caught by Boomich's aggressive position. Nice play for Na'Vi to set Boomich up in that spot just to unleash. The shot can't connect. Device and Bubsky looking like they're going to get away with both of these AWPs unless Boomich pops out late, but he just grabs the AK and gets out alive. So 4-4, Na'Vi neck and neck. And that is far better than how Inferno started, right? So far down to begin. What was it, 13-5 or 12-5 or rather 13-6. Very different case here. Na'Vi's map pick and looking comfortable on it.
Once again, there's this volley of outside smokes, but Na'Vi not moving in behind them. This is all a bit of a ruse, and it has got the attention of both Dupree and Glaive. So for the time being, Magisk is the only man inside of this A site. That's given a lot of room over to Na'Vi. They sneak Boomich down through the vents, and now he's trying to play this little cheeky vent spot. Oh, up he goes, and immediately back down to earth. Electronic spiraling in off the top of main is good for a double, but it's Device and Magisk holding on to the A-bomb site. Simple now, all alone, and he never even had that bomb, so he always had to begin this journey back. There was never a choice in the matter. It's Simple with the AK in a 1v2 versus a double AWP setup on the other side. He's trying to be quiet on this return journey to get the bomb. Had to go all the way back, across the roofs, down the ladders. Now, rewarded for his patience. Device is nearby, in the hop as Simple looks aware. However, Device, quick on the trigger, is able to put up 5 on the board for Astralis, winning out the 1v1 over Simple. A big clutch going his way to keep Na'Vi on the back foot.
What an unreal hole from Device and Magisk. Look at this shot. Boomich, he was loud to drop down the vent. Astralis knew he was there, and the pistol whip, one tap for Device. Electronic's main split is really well timed with a double kill, but Device posts and deals with everyone there. Magisk also lining up one from the hut. And that was just lovely stuff for Astralis. Very ready for the A play, especially after Boomich found success getting through the door in the last round. Already setting a bit of a precedent to be playing this vent position very heavily. Is that going to be something Astralis are looking to shut down? Will they be dropping B players out of spawn? Device has been in that lower position with the AWP as well. Always in the right places, Device. Main side in this round. And this round, well, Na'Vi, they got a buy, but it's not pretty. Boomich is broke. Simple can only get armor AK if he wants no utility, but he'll go for the Galil to allow for the nade. So at least Na'Vi have enough for that full set piece. These smokes they've been running time after time. Last round was double pushed outside from Glaive and Dupree. They were very aggressive and they cleared out these smokes. This time it's Device flashed out, but they're not looking at him and he's got a free kill.
Oh, even more for Device. Maybe a third waiting in the wings. It's Magisk to actually steal it away. Boomich, lot of fall damage there, dropping off the top of the silo. And now he's left himself in the firing line of Device. That Molotov forces Boomich to commit, but he does win the head-to-head. AWP now retrieved. Got to try and come in clutch with the AWP. Big boom up here. Boosted over. Looking for outside, looking for the last man that was seen here floating around. Earlier on, it was Magis, but it's actually Glaive left with this responsibility. He's looking to peek on out, swing on the back of that flash. Doesn't see anything, but Boomich sees him. There's that information game, and he spots them going down secret now. That should trigger this lower rotate from Astralis, and you're already going to see Bubsky, the man tasked to do it. They only saw one going down secret. They don't know that both players are here. Flamey was actually never spotted outside. And so that's why we see Bubsky being so hesitant about this rotate, so cautious, so careful, bearing in mind that a second player could be in tow down towards this B site. Now with the window broken, Bubsky has to rotate down. Boomich is left to hold the vents, and Flamey, he's got a short window here where he can look to get this bomb planted. Now they see him. Now they see that bomb going down. And Flamey, back of the site. Boomich gonna win his fight, and now him and Flamey trying to come together to make this 2v4 happen. It's Boomich left alone with the AWP. And he's got the lineup. Oh, the no-scope doing damage. And he might be able to tap Bubsky off the bomb. He just needs to aim even the tiniest bit higher. They're still sticking it and spammed out by Dupree. 6 on the board for Astralis. And Glaive just narrowly survives that AWP shot.
Very, very fortunate stuff. That was a really nice attempt from what was a 2-on-5 initially, but that somewhat comes off of a missed smoke. Na'Vi, they drop that smoke. It lands on the main roof. That gives a gap for Magisk. Device draws them in. He gets a couple. Magisk finds a third, and then they trade Device and start making that round interesting. But yeah, that could have, or that should have never have been so easy for Astralis to wreck outside. But the miss utility comes back to hurt Na'Vi. And like sometimes, you know, you're running these really fast smokes for Na'Vi, you're not going to get those perfect lineups. That one main smoke we see missed fairly often. I'd say most Nuke games it gets missed, and it's a hard lineup. Especially when you're throwing it super quick. Electronic walks a main smoke, denied by Glaive. And Astralis already showing dominant outside. Now, do they know? Oh, if Device shot there. But not today. Boomich has made it through from this outside position, and no one knows because Glaive was smoked in main, and Bubsky missed the timing of the Hell Peak. Now, in the meantime, Astralis, even though they have Boomich down B, it doesn't really matter because he can't do anything. There's no kills to be offered up. He doesn't have the bomb. He can bait with the door opened at the same time and come in on a ramp flank, but Bubsky is playing very passive here indeed. He's not offering up a kill to Boomich coming from lower. Now, Bubsky isn't aware. No one is from Astralis. That door is a nice little fake. So it has to be worth its weight in gold here for Na'Vi. Boomich needs this kill.
Oh, Bubsky is now re-aggressing. He was in the perfect place to... Oh, no! Boomich back-turned! Checking out Hell. Oh, and through the smoke, Device deals with the last remaining man, Bubsky. There to help him. And yeah, I mean, they're confused by it, right? But it never comes back to punish Astralis. Poor Boomich. The perfect play, right? The faking of the doors, you bang on, it covers up the sound of that B player getting through. But look, Bubsky's like, oh, hey, a freebie, a free sample. All right.
Yeah. Good stuff for Astralis. Maybe missed some timings, maybe getting caught out by nice plays from Na'Vi, but it was only pistols at the end of the day. Now coming back to the old gun buys. Na'Vi fully armed with the AKs. More smokes outside, this time delayed as well. They cut off Glaive in the garage. Device, oh, I love this call. He's dropped B out of spawn. He's in the perfect position to unleash havoc in the yard. Coming up secret. Glaive is watching the contact. Electronic swings, and that's a beautiful headshot. Device waiting. Oh, it's only a tag. How does that not kill Electronic through the wall? He's down to 20. A 5-on-3 for Na'Vi, and they wait for the re-aggression. They wait for dupreeh, who will give them exactly what they want. Electronic is on a tear.
Huge round from him, and could be the reason that this one ends up going in favor of Na'Vi, almost undoubtedly, right? Those 3 kills coming through have not set Astralis up to do well in this round. Now, he's still kind of hesitant, as are all of Na'Vi. They don't want to throw this away. They're trying to make the right decision, and they've dedicated a lot of time to having Electronic really make sure that this B site is clear. And now he's able to calm that over, right? The bomb will start to rotate in on the back of Simple. And while this is happening, the other 3 are set up outside of the A site, just being very, very suffocating to these 2 remaining players.
Nice.
They deal with Magisk, and that leaves it all on Bubsky, who just wants to stay alive. Magisk only wanted to live as well, and they've denied him that privilege. Bubsky at least should be safe up here. But Na'Vi were already very, very dedicated to hunting these players down. And so with folks still nearby, Bubsky not exactly out of the woods just yet.
He will survive the bomb from here, but he might not survive Simple, who's walked in at the right time. Bubsky looks up, and Simple is right down to Clown. Na'Vi finding 5. And with 5 alive at that as well. What a round from Electronic, man. Look at this swing outside, just dominating Glaive. He gets hit by an AWP in secret for 20 damage. Look, it goes through both walls, the corner of the door and the corner of, well, the wall. So, unfortunate stuff for Device. And then dupreeh re-aggresses to grab that info. Costs him his life and the B-bomb site at that. Astralis is their last buy before their eco. If Na'Vi win here, they are setting up themselves up to win the half on the T side of Nuke. Glaive is close outside. He's thrown the smoke. Electronic climbing, and Glaive winning the fight, but now he's trapped. Now he's out on a limb. Perfecto should have this trade. Glaive with the spray, it can't connect, and that's a nice trade for Na'Vi, keeping things intact. Magisk giving up main. He's been smoked off. Device backing up with the AWP. Can watch the secret cross coming that main could be contaminated. That's a hell smoke for Flamey to get them even further outside. Should cut off Device's angle on the AWP. So he has to go even wider. He drops his own smoke. He's going to play this as a one-way to jump up on the railing, waiting for a flashbang as Na'Vi move yard. And again, Boomich falls off the silo, man. He's been, yeah, loving that. Gravity is his undoing. Half health gone. As Na'Vi try and find Device. Or not.
And here's the problem, right? You're hoping on the back of all that utility, you kind of sold this idea that you can be running players outside, and that hasn't really worked for Na'Vi, thanks to the fact that Device has been very, very heads up and repositioning, getting ahead of it. And so Astralis are aware that it's not the outside play. However, losing dupreeh in that fashion has now really weakened this A site. Magisk trying to make a bit of a stand, getting pressured from both main and the squeaky door. And it's Perfecto delivering kills. Bubsky playing about on the ladder, and Flamey ain't playing no games, man. He bests him in the head-to-head, 6-7. Money absolutely dumpstered for Astralis. And this is how Na'Vi now, you know, on the back of what was kind of a slower mid-half here, right? Like, they had that great start, things were looking up, then we've had Astralis grinding their way back into it. Well, now they're in a spot where actually they can win out this first half of play. They can go 8-7 up because there's no money for Astralis here, and even that follow-up buy round is going to be lacking some important components, right? Be that in terms of utility, in terms of kits. You ain't getting no AWPs. So this is a nice little recipe for Na'Vi unless... oh, no.
No, don't get
It's only the USPs, right? It should be all good. It should be all fine. Oh, it is.
Flamey.
This Flamey's just deleting people through smoke, so it's all fine.
That is grim.
Doctor's in, and he looks like Flamey, and he's dealing with them, kind of. You know, he's brought down low, but I'm still not worried yet. There is Bubsky up here on top of the T-roof with that AK. The thing is, Na'Vi know the AK's there, and they know what Astralis are like. They know these Danes just love value. And so they've anticipated that Bubsky's gone looking for it. That's why we still have 2 players waiting back here in main. Simple's watching both angles from that one spot. He's going to have to flick to either side, but, you know, man, it's Simple. That's barely even a challenge for him.
Device waiting for the knife. Can't use that against Na'Vi. They're not falling for their own tricks. Bubsky trying to escape, but no armor. Oh, Device. Can he do anything here? Surely not. Boomage makes noise in main and finds Magisk, and Device left to his own devices. It's just Bubsky getting away with a single AK in this round, and Device dead to the bomb. So yeah, not a worry. Like I said, that last buy coming through here, still no orbs, but that one AK save gives a little bit more to Astralis. That being said, Na'Vi poised to win the half in a really, really good position right now on their T-side of Nuke. We know Astralis had real trouble getting their T-side off the ground against Vitality, finding 2 rounds in that half and subsequently the map. So, yeah, Na'Vi, they've really done a number on Astralis here. It's not done just yet, but they're going to be feeling pretty happy about this one. All smokes outside. Glaive back to A. Na'Vi have done a lot of these top hits. And lining up some HE grenades for something, somewhere, someone. Could it be Dupree? Boom. Oh, no, it's on the silo. It's a bit deep. Dupree will live to tell the tale.
But this is what we're talking about, right? Like you look at what's left in the tank for Astralis in this round. They've got very, very little to repel this fast upper hit that is threatened to come their way. That's pretty huge that they tag up Flamey there as he's trying to drop that smoke. I think that was meant to fall over at main, but instead, you know, it kind of provides some cover for event drop, but that's not what Na'Vi wanted to do in this round. They don't have another smoke, so that has really complicated things there, that little bit of spam in through the smoke. If they want to go A, they've got to do it with flashes and Molotovs alone, and that is not the spot you want to be in.
It means Glaive in main can be so much more deadly as well with no smoke to stop him. That being said, that's a huge pick outside for Electronic again. And now Glaive's attention is diverted, as it should be, as Na'Vi set up for an A take with this split from outside. Glaive drops B. It's a bad timing for this call for Astralis. They're gambling lower. Na'Vi have no interest in the B bomb site. Reaggression can come out on secret, but that's punished Astralis before, so they don't go for it, offering up the A site in what can surely not be a retake.
Dupree, blind as ever. In comes this push. If they do try and drop down the vent, they are dead.
Oh,
no, this might be it. Into the meat grinder of Magic. So little time. Oh, it's all gone chaotic. It's all gone wild. And the bomb, it doesn't get there in time. Glaive has denied it, and he locks in the round. My word. A7 at the end of the first half. Close as you can possibly get. Glaive with another big ending. And this game is neck and neck. Na'Vi, have they got the fight in them to take this the distance? Oh, things are heating up, aren't they, right? It's split as close as we can get to the middle. And Glaive showing up to close out this half in a stellar fashion, not just with those kills, but with the call to fast drop vents with him and Magisk. It looked like it was going to culminate in the A play, but then because they don't have that main smoke, thanks to what at the time didn't feel like hugely consequential, that damage onto Flamey causing him to miss the one smoke that Na'Vi had, forces the play through the vent into the B site, and Na'Vi lose it to time.
Incredible half from Na'Vi still. 70 rounds. Astralis just taking that lead, and they're going to run with it. They're going to go towards ramp fast. They did so on the CT pistol, but not to great success, and this is all a bait as they double back into the lobby. Simple won't move a muscle, but running low on ammo, that CZ. Oh, it can be undoing. Glaive with a great shot. Simple running low. He's out of ammo. Pistol put away with the knife. Not allowed to be unleashed, and Bubsky with another kill keeps Astralis in this A site.
Oh, Boomich and Electronic in tandem pick up 2 kills though, and suddenly Na'Vi are interested again. Look at Flamey barreling up through the vent. Hello, welcome to the A-bomb site, and isn't it unforgiving? Glaive left up all alone, and they are everywhere, tapped out of the round. Electronic with 3, and that whole round starts thanks to him and Boomich with those 2 openers. That gives the room to Flamey to flank up the vent, get in the backline, get into the site, because up until then, right, there was still smokes down. It's still a 3-on-3. While you'd gotten a couple of nice kills back in, you didn't have a single player actually putting pressure into the site yet.
Great to see Na'Vi not over-rotate or fall for that ramp play as well, right? Astralis show the bomb and they run 3 at ramp, and while that drops the ramp player, it doesn't adjust anyone else's setup on that CT side. Na'Vi still keep that triple top setup, although they get pushed out by the smokes in main. Simple, you know, getting killed towards the vent, they can still play retake. And so, yeah, that's a nice attempt at a bait for Astralis, but read well by Na'Vi. And boy, oh boy, heating up now. Na'Vi with a pistol round. They've taken both in this map as well. Can they convert? Because Astralis are not giving it away for free. Buying back. Dupree has had a very quiet day. It didn't matter so much on Inferno. He was that bottom performer with only 9 kills. Right now he has 5 and 10 deaths. Got to be influential in this T side to get Astralis back on the grind. And he's been gifted a Galil for now. Magis on that AK. Astralis, where do they go with this force buy? Molly outside from Na'Vi to stop any kind of smoke. Electronic will pick Dupree up from above. Simple with the AUG. He loves this gun on CT Nuke, but he won't hold on for long after 1. Glaive chasing down the second player. Doesn't see him on the side, but the flick back keeps Astralis in this round. The Glock is out. It's desperate times for Glaive, and Perfecto from above will find him in the heavens. Bubsky, the one man who dropped that gun over, has just a Deeg. And the bomb at his feet, but not much else.
Oh, now he's been spotted as well, and his time on this earth might be drawing to a close. Just a deagle, and as you mentioned, the bomb at least, that's something, right? But to even get into one of these bomb sites is going to be challenging enough. For the time being, he's got a 1v1 into A, but Perfecto hidden at the CT vent. Oh, he's going down, Bubsky.
And they have the cross outside. They are not ready for this. They have calmed that no one has gone secret, no one has made it down B. Perfecto just missed that timing on the vent play.
And now Bubsky can make this round interesting, right? Because Na'Vi, they think they've got his number. They're laughing to themselves like, ha ha ha. We've trapped this guy outside, but no, they haven't. He's eluded your trap. This Wolf gnawed his leg off to get this bomb down, and now given a chance in the 1v3 at least. A bomb plant as well, a bit of extra money, and nothing else comes of the round. But it's very well navigated, you know, like he circumvents that triple hold, that horrifying amount of crossfires set up outside, and just catches the timing past Perfecto to find the bomb plant.
Still going to have to be an eco though, right? It's not like Astralis. I mean, they could buy here, sure, but...
Yeah, it would be real ugly though, wouldn't
exactly. And it's not like, you know, if you got 4 kills in that round, that justifies the buy.
Silver lining though, silver lining is that, you know, for a guy like Device, well, I was going to say you could have saved his money to bring the AWP out. Instead, they're just going to fully dedicate to this partial investment.
Yeah, it's pretty decent, Stieg armor. They basically get 2 of these rounds in a row now, thanks to that plant, but... Na'Vi, ooh, filthy nade. Molly to follow. Glaive, he could have committed to through that, but not after taking a chunk of damage from the HE. Flamey at ramp. We know what he can do here. That's not a great case in point, and Magic pointing the Deeg in their faces and pulling the trigger. 2 kills right down to B. Boomich spraying the smoke. Glaive is keeping him occupied. Dupree looking for the pick into the site. And even though Na'Vi have 2 rotations down, Astralis have not committed. They can double back on a whim.
Oh dear. Oh dear. This little partial, man. It's shaped up to be something, hasn't it? Boomich. Trying to take a peek towards the ramp room, and he didn't like what he saw. He's going to go back in with another swing. While this is going on, there are rotations peeling down for Na'Vi. Slowly but surely, they've got 2 here. And while that's happening, Electronic is still holding this secret rotation back up. But Glaive has already gotten down. Boomich suddenly the only man inside of B, and they have given him a pretty tall order, a pretty tall task indeed. Up into the vents, will blindside Glaive. It's a 2 versus 4, and look at the HP on Astralis, but it's the numbers that might prove to be enough, right? You look at this if you're Na'Vi. You're 2 versus 4. Your money's on the edge. You don't want to attempt this round. And so Astralis, they're going to get a 9th, despite the fact that Magisk and Bobski are like a sneeze away from certain death. It's the Deagles to do it. And Magisk with that big double opener into the ramp, really just hauling Astralis into a 9th round.
We really needed him today, and he has flipped yesterday's performance on its head from a struggling individual who had to rely on picking up that AWP in overtime to even find impact on Dust 2 to now dominating the server. He was great back on Inferno, holding down the pit on CT side very well. And right here and now, the double D open into the B-bomb site. And yeah, Perfecto falling to Glaive on the late lurk as well. Glaive takes so long to do this as well. Electronic is holding his retreat. Perfecto knows where Glaive is. He knows he can't escape, and he still falls with Glaive on just 20 health.
Look, man, look, we got a whole family of Astralis fans over there on the bottom left. I actually recognize some of those faces. I think they were given a backstage tour back in Odense, or however you say it. I forgot now. I haven't been there in so long.
Yeah, shout out the Astralis fans. And the Na'Vi fans as well, James. We know you're in the cam somewhere. Hashtag Na'Vi Nation indeed, but right now, they need to find something in this gun round. Oh, Electronic's not checked, but he misses his shot, and Glaive takes no damage from it. He has this man trapped in the corner right now, and a Molotov to maybe get him out. Flamey on ramp with the molly of his own, won't be able to throw his out. Electronic, how does he escape there? I do not know. Flamey mollying B and falling back safely. They trade positions, giving Astralis ramp, but as we know, nothing is guaranteed when Astralis take ramp. They're going to double back and leave Device at the box.
Neck and neck in a map that Na'Vi desperately need. Their money on the line. A real chance for Astralis to leapfrog themselves over the heads of Na'Vi and into the lead. So this round matters a hell of a lot. And with so much room given to Astralis, it is worrying right now. Simple's playing at timings. And it will come up top trumps. There's the double for Simple. And at that point, he knows he's done enough, right? Yeah, okay, we've given them ramp, but that's fine because Simple has delivered us something to work with now, something tangible in this round. Astralis, yeah, they get into B. Yeah, they can get this bomb down, but Na'Vi are posted, ready to retake. Flamey's Deagle will help secure that lead even further, and it's just Magisk left in the 1v4. They are all around him, and there's Simple to round it out with 3. The hat-trick in the round, Na'Vi onto 10. And they've dodged that reset. They've dodged the impending doom that might have come their way if that round slips through their fingers.
Everyone's scavenging weapons, getting those AKs, getting that orb. And yeah, great round for Simple. Again, haven't had to say his name too much in this series. He has been very quiet, strangely quiet for a guy this ability. But that's a round that will keep Na'Vi in things. 10 on the CT side, back in the lead. Trading rounds right now are Astralis and Na'Vi. And more of that from Simple could spell disaster for Astralis. They almost hit that time into cross secret outside. It could have been a perfect B hit with that ramp control as well. But even Flamey holds on with just a Deagle in his hands, beating Bubsky in the head-to-head. Dupree still pretty quiet. Still time for Astralis to warm in, but Sooner rather than later is a necessity with Na'Vi now controlling the CT side and the economy. Simple's back in the garage. Electronic no longer trapped. Simple with a missed shot. Smoke up. Can't do anything to stop Astralis from crossing.
Device is even boosted to try and challenge him. We don't get that clash of the Titans just yet, although it feels inevitable. It feels like it's about to come in. Instead, Dupree is the man to receive a bullet.
Hello.
Glaive's been spotted in the garage as well and is caught lining up utility. That was meant to set Bubsky up, but instead, they're chipped apart, and this is now incredibly dominant for Na'Vi. This round looking to go flawless unless Device can serve to complicate matters at all, and he can't. Simple winning out that head-to-head. And with Simple starting to get a bit more prominent on these AWP in this last few rounds, right, for Na'Vi, that's where things are getting exciting. Because we've already had good performances out of the likes of Electronic, right? Think about how important his T-side entries were, not just here, but even back on that previous map of Inferno. He was like the real difference maker. We're getting good mileage out of guys like Perfecto. Boomich, what a turnaround he's had as well. Like, he was really struggling on Inferno, like really struggling. Well, here, he's held his own every step of the way. And so this is the Na'Vi that might be able to take us to a third. Because now, on top of that, on top of this important player in Simple starting to come alive, they've regained control of the money, the momentum. CS is so momentum-based right now.
Yeah, Simple's gone from bottom to second in 2 rounds time. And he's looking to climb even further up the ladder. Rung by rung, shot by shot. Glaive is gone. There's another man in the radio side, tucked his Bubsky, back to the door with a bomb. Boomage above, dropping his smoke, not letting them get down the vents either. Dupree looking for D shots. Perfecto, just tucked above. Patient in a position we often see him in. Waiting for them to come his way, and they certainly might. Astralis have nothing in this round but pistols and a dream. They're going to contact play out of the hut with no grenades. Perfecto spams a couple of shots. Boomich waits on an off angle and now moves back in as Magis gets spammed through the vent. Boomich with a lineup. There's a double and a third. Boomich with a beautiful hold, and boom, boom, boom. He's in the room. It's going to be a 12th round for Na'Vi, running wild on this CT side.
And that third map of Train looking more and more likely by the second. And, you know, you wouldn't have had it any other way. You know, it would have been cool for, like, Astralis to go on this whole redemption arc to round out the year on a high. But I don't think, you know, even if you are the Astralis supporters here, I don't think you wanted this to end in just 2 maps. This is a great series. You wanted it to have some legs on it. You wanted it to go the distance. And we're starting to get the Na'Vi that we deserved, the Na'Vi that started to show up at the end of Inferno. But by that point, it was too little too late. Simple back outside. This is his domain, man. He's going to lock this down with the AWP. And you're going to struggle to get much done here if you're Astralis. Now, they do have these wall smokes to get thrown up and over, and so that can serve to disrupt Simple. But this is why we talk about the synergy of Simple and Electronic and what they're capable of on these outside holds. Because, yeah, Simple's in garage, and yeah, the smokes will probably nullify him, but he's already rotated away. He was only there to make sure there was no fast outside aggression, no one getting cheeky. The real player here to try and hold down outside, that's Electronic, and he's set up in secret. He comes in on this long old flank, and so these outside smokes go in. For Na'Vi, mate, they're about to discover no one's here. It's not the outside play. They're one step ahead now, thanks to this information, and they're now primed and ready for the A execute. Simple is even here. They have read Astralis. They've got the info. They've got the receipts, and all the kills coming up in favor of Na'Vi. Through the smoke, barreling in is Electronic. Dupree tries to haul Astralis back into this round, but also look at the ramp flank. It's all coming up in favor of Na'Vi. Simple with 3 kills at the A site puts up a valiant defense, and that's only allowed, that's only granted, and he's only there because of the information gained by Electronic.
Yeah, Boomich doesn't even need to flash the play. Electronic just goes, nah, they're not here. I hear nothing, I see nothing. Fully stacked out A site. Simple comes back in from heaven and nailing shots on this AWP. A very quiet start to the game, but he is going out with a bang. bringing us to a third map. If Na'Vi have their way, 1 T round for Astralis is all they have, and that was the double dig off of Magis. Right now, Astralis are running out of options, running out of ideas, and running out of rounds. What is their answer? It might have to be the Deagle doing it again for Magisk. Electronic tucked in main, Magisk clearing. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, Electronic missed the timing. Magisk might have seen the barrel, but he carries on, patrolling deep. Simple doesn't see how deep this man has gotten. Magisk can go back up into heaven and play for this A site. His team, meanwhile, have crossed secret, but they're doubling back to main as well. This is a beautiful timing for Magisk, and it might win the round for Astralis.
Oh no, Magis, this sneaky man playing the trigger discipline. There's one. Does miss the timing onto Electronic, but he... Simple! Flick up into heaven, and Electronic's still alive. He's still holding down main, and main is his domain. He keeps it in favor of Na'Vi. Just Simple up here in heaven, popping off as well while all this is going on. And now it's only Dupree left. He's trying to pull a Magisk. He's trying to make the Magisk happen. And there's the kill to Simple. That has opened up this path of rotation. Put the doubt in the head of Na'Vi. But still, man, look at Flavey. Oh, he's one step ahead, isn't he? He hears the footsteps. Dupree mollies him out and into the open. But Flamey, immune to the fire, puts 14 on the board for Na'Vi.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for Magisk, right? He's trying to kill Electronic first, then take Perfecto off of the rafters, but Electronic goes aggressive, and Magisk just has to take the kill that he's got. Electronic holds so strong, and Simple even catching Magisk going back in heaven as well. There is no way past this defense of Na'Vi. Even when they don't have the info, even when they're the ones getting flanked, their protocols, their reception is so good. 14-9. Device on the orb. Needs something, needs anything, and maybe the boost for the heaven pick might be the answer. It's a triple boost. No one playing there. Simple. Where is he? Too far from it. Ooh. Does he rotate up? How long do Astralis hold this? Psych. Ramp's a bit quiet. I'll go check that one out.
He's teasing us with it. It still could happen, but they've already dismantled the boost. You don't want to hold that forever. And you know, the odds are if someone isn't there right away, if you're not throwing anything to get the attention of a heaven player, then it's never going to happen anyway. Now they throw these outside smokes in, and they're at least comfortable in the knowledge that, yeah, last time we looked, heaven was clear. Of course, irony being a thing is that Perfecto is now moved over past the heavens towards the rafters. They would have had a kill had it been held for just a second longer, and look at Electronic. They think this molly might have burnt him out, but it hasn't. He's waiting in secret. They just mollied this, and there's the lineup. Damage done. There's the close trade from Glaive at least. So they do get this little bit of a gap through secret that they were hoping for. Boomich has already rotated down, so is Simple, and now joining them is Flamey. Simple, missed shot, they're getting closer, no scopes in! And the second one will get denied by Dupree, but Flamey keeps it in the advantage of Na'Vi. Bobski and Magisk are worlds apart, sights apart even. And Bobski's got his sights set over here towards the vent, trying to flush out Perfecto. That's a little freebie. Magisk now trying to rotate up through the vent. Boomich! He's in between them both. He's in between two Danes, and that's not where you want to find yourself. So little time, but he's dropped the bomb, and that might be enough. Wow. Boomich has done it just by staying alive. And for Flamey, back in the lobby, he's secured that 15th round for Na'Vi. Boomich needs to take a bit of a bow after that one.
Series of unfortunate events has felt like this T-side for Astralis, but nothing other than the beckoning of Na'Vi, welcoming them into A. What a great timing back up from Decon. Astralis never chased that kill because Boomich flashed himself off and fell back further, only to regress at the perfect moment. And he knew that Bubsky was in that A site as well. Doesn't decide to fight him, just denies the bomb going back up the vent, which Na'Vi had already seen down in secret. And it's just flawless. It's just consistent, it's concise. It's again this CT side for Na'Vi that seems to be perfect. They did it the other day. They had 9 rounds in a row on the CT side to close. And now they're looking to do it again. Nothing in their way. 6 in a row. Winning to the time. Very rare to see Astralis in that position, but Na'Vi are running wild. Simple 21, same story as Electronic. Still silent is Dupree. And no one here to answer the call. Oh.
Yeah, that's that third smoke, right? Just to solidify it. And it's not the secret play. It's into Electronic again.
Bye-bye.
They can't get him out of main. They can't deal with him. He's still fighting, and Perfecto's helping out. It's all on to Dupree, but Electronic with the mow down, with the 4K, cements that